I just need to get out of my head for a little bit because I've got that thing going on again where no matter what I do, I kind of feel really gross about myself. And I mean, like, emotions are kind of really difficult and unwanted for me, like a lot. But I just really don't want to deal with them at all. And I kind of really hate, like, a lot of things right now. Sorry, I keep getting distracted on my bookshelf and stuff. But I really am not a huge fan of feeling bad about myself because it's not what I paid for therapy for. And I just, like, there are these things just continuously running through my head, and it's not fun. They're along the lines of, why would anyone ever like me, and I should just give up on trying to find people. And I kind of, I realize that a lot of it is just straight up confidence. I don't have good confidence at all, but I kind of, I want to. That desire is there, that, you know, so I can exit my house and not worry about people looking at me or not worry about other things. And it'd be really nice to get out and, you know, be able to find things that find people who are interested in me, and because I'm really not interested in myself. So I'm kind of doing the talking to a camera as a sort of outlet thing again. The thing is I'm exercising a lot lately, and I exercise about 4 or 5 times a week, depending on what I do in the evening. I don't exercise if I go out drinking because I always do it at night because no one's ever in the cardio room at night. And I hate running into people, and I don't want people to watch me exercise. And I keep looking at my eyebrows, and I just did them last night. I don't like myself a lot of the times, but I'm in love with my eyebrows. But anyways, I'm not really into running into people, and I don't really want to deal with that because it's sort of it's stressful for me. And I always kind of get into that headspace of, oh, they're probably judging me because I'm a fat girl, and why would anyone ever think anything positive about fat girls ever? Because, I mean, I don't have a whole lot of experience in that. I don't have a whole lot of, there's not a lot of proof. You know, not a lot of people are really nice to people like me. At least, like, not when they're anonymous. I mean, I have my friends, but it doesn't count. They're kind of obligated to love me because they're my friends. But it's just really unfortunate, I guess, because right now it's like my confidence is so low. It also doesn't really help that I kind of am like developing a crush on someone, and that's not ever a fun thing for me. I mean, I really like thinking of people in that way because it makes me feel good to like people, but then sometimes depending on my mood or my health, a lot of the times depending on my health, I kind of get this like why would anyone ever want me, you sort of thing. Why would anyone ever think of me in a romantic sense? Why would anyone ever be attracted to me? Because just like in my past, I've always sort of gone out with very selfish people. I've been attracted to selfish people, and I don't seem to learn my lesson because I always get burned by them. And all I ever really want is just someone who's into me. Like, that's it. Like, that's the very least as far as romance goes. I just want someone who likes me enough to make time for me and put in that extra effort. And it just sucks. Because I'll do that for a person any day of the fucking week. But I just cannot believe that anyone would ever do that. Whether someone would be doing that at all. I just don't think they would. I just don't think I'm worth it. Or I don't think that other people would think I'm worth it. Which is just really unfortunate to think that way. And it's really unfortunate to focus on that about myself. And I think that's the worst part, is I can recognize that it's a terrible thing to think that way. And I can recognize that a lot of my problems come from, like, the damage that I've done to myself is so much of a control issue, and getting fit and losing weight and getting a hold of my health and my weight, and starting to actually care about myself in a way that I never knew how to growing up, is difficult. It's difficult to not take it to extremes, because I've experienced a lot of eating disorders, or at least eating disorder behaviors in the past a lot, and I'm not a real big fan of going back there. I don't want to have bulimic tendencies. I don't want to binge anymore. I don't want to feel like I have to purge, or I don't want to have, I don't want to control what I eat down to the 500 calories a day, which is what I did for a while, because it doesn't work, and then I just yo-yo back up and worse, because it doesn't change anything. It's just a self-destructive behavior that I do when I'm not being self-destructive in other ways, like cutting myself, or smoking, or drinking too much, or smoking too much, or did I say smoking too much twice? I don't know. Can't remember. But I just, like, now in my life, I have been doing a lot to make sure that I don't do self-destructive behaviors, and I don't do different types of things that will ultimately hurt me. And that alone is a struggle. It's like, if anyone's ever read Catcher in the Rye, Holden said that in a perfect world, or in his dream, he dreamt that he was on a cliffside in the Rye, and he had to stop children from going over the sides of the cliffs because they were so short in the Rye, they couldn't see where they were going, and he had to catch them before they fell off, and he was a catcher in the Rye, and that sort of has always been a sort of metaphor for the conflict between him and growing up. And I really am experiencing that right now, because it sort of feels like I am both Holden and the children. I'm trying not to, I want to go where I'm going to go, but it involves a lot of control that I just have not been taught, and I need to teach myself that now. And it's just a lot of thoughts, and I really hate feeling like this, because it kind of makes me feel like nothing's ever going to change or get better. But I know it's the opposite. Things do change. Things do get better. I mean, I'm not who I was when I was 16. Thank God for that. I'm not who I was when I was 17. I'm not who I was when I was 18. I'm not who I was when I was 19. I'm who I am when I am 20, and that's way better, and I would not change that for the world. I would never ever go back to being who I was before now. And it's just sort of like, this is just a blip, and it's going to work out, it's going to get better. But it's just taking a long time, and I'm impatient, and I don't like waiting, and I thought I was gonna drop my bass. And I just don't want to deal with that shit anymore. I'm not into it. I'm not interested in feeling shitty, but it's not something I can control, so thank you for bearing with me if you bared with me, but you probably didn't. Anyways, so I guess I don't think this really counts as anxiety. This is just kind of like waves of remaining depression and stuff, but yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go back to finishing my movie, and maybe I'm a little bit hungry, but I think I might just make some tea or something. Thanks for bearing with me.